You know, there's classic Christmas movies I always go back to every Christmas time. You know, I know a lot of people love the Ronkin Bass animated or like stop motion films. You know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Little Drummer Boy. You know, I forget the name of the one that is the origin story of Kris Kringle. Baby New Year, just a bunch of them. And then, of course, there's...
Mine are A Christmas Story and Home Alone.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. And then there's the live-action ones. Christmas Story, Home Alone, It's a Wonderful Life.
I was cracking up last night because one of the dudes on Discord asked me if I wanted to play Phasmophobia with him and his friend.
Oh, no.
His friend, no shit, looks just like a slightly older version of Ralphie from A Christmas Story. I was just like, dude.
You should play Ralphie in a sequel. Oh, wait, no. They tried to do a sequel, and it was terrible. I was going to say Home Alone. I remember Home Alone. That one always was heartwarming. The second one had some moments in it, but not as good as the first one. And then there was oh, dang it. Oh, newer ones like the Santa Claus. The first one is just still a classic in my book. And then
a lot of people like Elf.
Elf, that's another one. That's a good modern one. Rise of the Guardians is another one that some people like.
Die Hard.
Die Hard, probably the best Christmas movie of all time. I was going to recommend Mom, Mom was just like, we need to watch a Christmas movie that really will get Blake into it. And I'm like, Die Hard. And she's just like, you know what? I'm like, I know, right? I think it'll work. He'll watch it because it'll probably bring back memories for him.
I'm actually thinking that after we get done recording, I'm going to go see if I can find it somewhere to watch.
What, Die Hard?
Yeah.
That's a good one to ring in Christmas with.
Yeah, because I've already watched Home Alone 2, Christmas Story, and stuff like that this year, so...
You already have?
Yeah.
Oh. I was hoping
I think I might try to find Die Hard and then watch it on Discord with people.
That'd be nice. That'd be very nice. I mean, you should be able to find it out there. It's probably on one of the streaming services you have access to.
Hopefully.
I think so.
If not, it's probably somewhere.
We'll see.
I mean, worst case scenario, I'll do the same
Somewhere.
thing I had to do when I watched The Nun and buy it on iTunes.
Oh, gosh. Or buy it on YouTube. Because sometimes...
Well, it's harder for me to do that because I'm constantly logged into your YouTube, so I have access to the channel.
Oh.
So it's hard for me to switch to my YouTube to spend money like that.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, my card's already attached to it as well, where I do the...
Unless you want me to just, PayPal you over the money for it and buy it off yours.
I mean, if it's anything under $5, dude, don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
But anyway, we got a Christmas movie here that some people are trying to make a Christmas tradition. All I'm going to say is this. I love Tim Allen. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I love Dan Aykroyd. But this film is just not that good. I mean, it has arguably, for me, I remember watching this years ago, and there was a moment in it, a tanning bed scene, that reminded everyone that Jamie Lee Curtis actually, I remember Jamie Lee Curtis from Trading Places. That's another good Christmas movie. That's another, classic Christmas movie in my book. But, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis in that, it reminded everyone, it's like, oh yeah, that is Jamie Lee Curtis. Damn, that is Jamie Lee Curtis. So, we got JonTron's JonTron's review of Christmas with the Kranks. We're going to give it a watch, and we're going to see what happens. So, here we go.
I only saw this movie once. I think it was when it came out in theaters or something. I don't remember a lot about it.
I remember a fair amount.
Well, it's the end of the year again. A time of joy, of giving, and of spending time with friends and family.
Toot toot.
In a time such as this, one might almost forget that the United States of America is literally on fire right now.
Yeah, this is right after Trump got elected.
Don't worry, Jacques. Soon God will exact his revenge upon us for our imperfections. What? A present? Well, Jacques, is this for me?
Stop.
You shouldn't have. Oh my gosh, is that a Tim Allen sweatshirt? Jacques, surely I'm dreaming.
I will not be an accessory to your crime.
Perfect! I'm finally perfect! And hey, you know what this sweater reminds me of? You guessed it, the most celebrated Christmas film of all time. Christmas with the Kranks, starring Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis. And listen, okay, this right here, just one, all right? Just simply one in a long line of prestigious Tim Allen Christmas films. We also got Santa Claus 1 through 3. Look at that, feel the weight of that.
Or just 1 and 2.
How many villas in the
Three's-
south of France
three's-
do you think that'll buy a man?
three's
Jungle
not
to Jungle
good.
might count as well, but the science hasn't come back on that. We're waiting to find out. And when you're looking at something like that, you just gotta stop and ask. Okay, how did this happen? Martin Short, maybe looking a little Martin Short on money. Now, this is a prestigious article. I make a pilgrimage to the Santa Claus 3 wiki every year if I can. This section's plot summary may be too long or excessively detailed. Come on, guys, says Wikipedia. Come on! Who bothered to make the plotted section of Santa Claus 3 this detailed? Shorten it on principle. There we go. That's more like it. Anyways,
And he
ain't
is
no
banned
Christmas
from
complete till
Wikipedia.
you sit down and watch a classic Christmas
He's
flick.
banned
So,
from posting
without
on
further ado,
Wikipedia.
I present to you the abomination that is Christmas with the Kranks. It did, didn't it? It did, didn't it? It hit Sergio straight in the dick.
Wow. Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's like all of a sudden, it's just like, Sergio, you all right? It's like, I just become circumcised, man. What the fuck?
We should get moving. Got a big day.
Wow.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh,
This film begins
John.
with a middle-aged couple, Luther and Nora Crank, taking their daughter to the airport as she's about to leave for Peru. That would in turn explain their sadness, as this is the first Christmas they'll have to spend without her in a classic syndrome of the empty nest.
Think she'll be okay?
Should be better than okay.
I meant in Peru, in the jungle.
Please stop worrying about this, okay?
With this again, would you please stop? Why don't you just go to the jungle? What's there, snakes? Yellow fever? She'll be fine.
Just won't be the same.
What won't?
Christmas?
With a great melancholy, the Cranks prepare to spend the holidays all alone. Joy abounds.
I need white chocolate and pistachios.
Tim.
What are you looking for, Tim?
I didn't bring the umbrella.
Didn't bring the umbrella.
Oh, I need that stuff from Chips.
Still needs his stuff, Tim.
I didn't bring the umbrella.
Didn't bring the umbrella.
Well, I still need it.
You said that already. Been over this? Done this?
Okay, look, you stay in the car and I'll get him.
go.
So, because Mrs. Crank needed some pistachios, Tim's dirty ass is about to go through the wash. And that's basically where we're at with this film. Hey, but at least we get to see Tim Allen do the funny face. I'm getting wet.
How would
is
an umbrella
annoying.
help you with that?
Yep.
An umbrella!
Need some white chocolate.
Good
What? Wait, what? What?
point, Tim.
You didn't get the white chocolate.
Oh my God, the flow of this movie is like
Did you
pulling
skip ahead?
teeth. You didn't get the white
I don't
chocolate?
think so.
Yeah, you went ahead.
No, I didn't.
White chocolate.
Good point, Tim.
Okay. Well.
No, I didn't skip it.
I thought you were trying to go back to see
Oh
what he
my
said.
God, the flow of this movie is like pulling teeth. You didn't get the white chocolate, Tim? That's all you went in there to get. How'd you screw that up? Who would even bother to write this exchange? It's so mundane. We're 5 minutes in.
Chris
What are we
Columbus.
talking about
Who wrote this? Christopher Columbus. Or Chris Columbus, the same guy that made Home Alone. That's sad to think about.
pistachios and white chocolate. Their cadence is so slow and they just keep repeating the same things over and over ad nauseum.
Umbrella.
White chocolate.
Umbrella.
Did you talk to Rex?
Who's Rex?
Who's Rex? Come on. Tell us.
The butcher.
The butcher.
As odd as it sounds, I didn't think of asking the butcher where the chocolate was.
So basically, thus far, this is a jaded couple arguing in a low-energy and passive-aggressive manner. The Christmas film. God bless.
I'll go talk to Rex right now. Maybe he'll wonder why I'm all wet. You know why I don't want one of your stupid umbrellas? Because I got one.
Tim Fry, I can't say I'm not upset. This easily could have been Jungle 3 Jungle had you just gone with your daughter on the airplane. Huge missed opportunity. Because Tim's character Luther is so upset by the annoying Christmas season, he devises a plan to skip it altogether to go on a pleasure cruise. Fuck Christmas. I'd rather drink my own urine than celebrate Christmas. Thanks for coming and watching this Christmas movie with us, everyone. Have a grand old time.
The first time in 23 years, Blair won't be here.
A lot of depression at Christmas, you know?
Tell me about it. I have to eat a whole bottle of Prozac just to get through the second part of the month.
Oh, God. No, John.
I don't think that's how that works.
What are you
And John?
looking at? Why are you looking at me like that?
If you keep doing that, I'm gonna have to call the police. I think it's a form of harassment. If Tim Allen looks at you like this, I think we're gonna need legislation. This problem ain't gonna fix itself.
Tim's rape stares apparently work their usual magic as Jamie Lee Curtis gets so hot and bothered she wants to make whoopee right there on the table.
Luther, it's not even Saturday night.
It's not even Saturday night, you know? The night we literally apparently schedule having violent sex on the dining room table.
Have an idea.
Yeah?
Just let it be known that I never asked to see Jamie Lee Curtis that truly sexually aroused by Tim Allen.
Yeah?
But I got it anyway. Hey, careful what you wish for. They should be saying careful what you don't wish for.
Yeah?
That!
What are you doing? Sit down.
Apparently, though, Luther didn't have the hanky-panky in mind, as he was just excited to reveal his genius scheme to skip out on Christmas and go on the cruise. He's so horny at the idea of fucking off, he tells her to fuck off.
Sit down. Button up and sit down.
Jesus
Aw.
Christ, man, let her down easy.
Come
We
on,
spent
man.
$6,100 on Christmas last year, with precious little to show for it.
Luther explains that the previous year they spent over $6,000 on the holiday season. He argues that they may as well use the funds this year for a vacation to the Caribbean and skip out on the whole process altogether, actually saving money in the process.
It's like I said, worst thing about Christmas, having to sit there and do Christmas. Huh? Oh, well, what a boring stinker that is. That's my goddamn eggnog.
Josh!
Joke's on you, stupid bird. Eggnog is poisonous to birds for various reasons.
We skip Christmas.
We can still give our charitable donations to Children's Hospital and of course, the church.
Now, this is where things start to get weird. I'm not sure if the writers were just out of touch or trying to get the target demographic of 75-year-old couples from the Midwest, because just after Nora's sexy episode, she starts to make a big stink that she can't go on the cruise unless they make a donation to the church.
You're gonna let a lousy $600 stand between us and a Caribbean cruise.
No, you are.
All right. Look, I'll match last year's contribution to the church and to the hospital, but not a penny more.
Oh, thank God, the church! Matching contribution to the church! Can't live without that! Glad we resolved that plot point in literally 20 seconds between two scenes. I think this movie might just be a webcam live feed of a real couple's life.
Those seem pretty dang boring.
Yes.
Then, of course, like a normal person, Tim's character walks around his office handing flyers to everyone, notifying them that he's skipping Christmas. Because, as we know, in real life, Christmas is mandated by law, and anyone who fails to comply is an enemy of the state. Who would do this? Why would anyone care? No one cares if you leave on Christmas.
I'm letting you know that I'll be skipping Christmas this year.
John.
Go ahead. Run. But we will find you.
But yeah, that's basically the whole story of this film. That everyone surrounding the Kranks is so concerned with them skipping out on Christmas, they get socially ostracized like they're living in Victorian England or something. So what would happen if someone just literally needed to leave town for Christmas? This is so out of touch it leaves the realm of plausibility.
Mrs. Crank, we forgot to talk about your Christmas invitations.
No party this year.
No party?
No Christmas Eve party?
She's not ordering Christmas cards either.
Indeed. And I hear a rumor she's having a baby out of wedlock as well.
Then why don't you have a party anyway?
Because we don't want to, Mary.
Yeah, I think it's about time to move to a new town and change your name. So
Yeah.
the Kranks proceed to go around town, needlessly pissing everyone off who is apparently part of their yearly holiday routine.
The Canadian blue spruce last year, so this one's a real beauty. Almost 10 feet tall. Mrs. Crank likes the big ones.
We're not buying a Christmas tree this year.
Sorry we had to go up on the price.
We're making less per tree than last year.
It's not about the money. We're not doing Christmas this year. We're gonna go away on a cruise. We don't need a tree.
Yeah, how do you like that? You little punk, trying to make a decent living for yourself while making my life joyous, warm, and convenient? Here's what I think of your fucking tree.
No! Oh.
How's this for a Merry Christmas, you bunch of young, innocent children trying to foster
Jesus.
a loving
What
community
the
spirit? It's really a movie about the spirit of the holidays, you know? Really looking forward to the Santa Claus 4. Want to know what happens in that one. Don't know why they haven't made that one yet. At this point, basically, the Kranks are neighborhood enemy number one and have pissed off just about everyone because they're not staying in line with traditions. Because after all...
That was Dewey.
Yeah!
enemy number one and have pissed off just about
I was like, does your mother know you're out here? Oh, God.
everyone because they're not staying in line with traditions. Because after all, the holidays truly are about crippling communistic-style conformity, aren't they? Dan Aykroyd is in this film too for some reason, and he becomes upset with them because they won't put their giant Frosty the Snowman sculpture up, which apparently every single person in this neighborhood is required to do. The same exact one. What is this, some sort of cultish ritual?
This is what pisses me off about homeowners associations. The fact that neighborhoods come together and they're just like, yeah, we're all coming together and we're going to make it to where everyone has to live by these mandates. Which I'm glad we don't have to deal with that here. Because that's the thing, when we moved here, that was not, like, we've never really had to deal with that. Like, is that how it is in, like, a lot of bigger cities? You have these homeowners associations that are just like, if you don't follow the compliance, you're going to have a fine. It's like, who's going to...
How it'd be like you can take that fine and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about it. Who's going to enforce it? The police? Like, are you going to take someone to court and waste thousands and thousands of dollars, being pissed at somebody because they didn't put their fucking lights up?
Right.
Like, get over yourself. Jesus.
It's like this is kind of, a free country.
Yeah.
You don't own my house. I own my house. I bought it. Fuck yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand, like, for property value, if
I own
someone's
most
selling
of
their
my house, and the government owns the land it's on because that's just how that fucking works.
But I understand,
we'll never
like,
not have
if,
to pay the government to live on the land.
Now, here's the thing: if someone's selling their house, and you ask your neighbor, "Hey, can you just make your front of your house look decent so that when people drive up here to see the house, it doesn't drive down the property value?" I can understand that. That's just. You can ask that as like a neighborly courtesy, but expecting it? No. It's stupid.
It's like peak entitlement.
Someone gonna say something here?
Perfect time to put up frosting.
Tell you what, truth is, if I'm gone, I'm...
This movie was better as a horror anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
It was an accident.
What? The cat'll grow a new spine? Who cares? I think this movie may actually be a masterpiece. It's got an American Psycho thing going on. It's as if the protagonist is actually the antagonist, and you just find that out as the movie goes on. It's brilliant, really. Luther is just the most irredeemably horrible person of all time, but the way the film portrays it, you'd think the writers would want you to sympathize with his plight. But then as Nora tries to leave the neighborhood, the conformist Nazis in her town try to physically force her to give up the snowman they want from her, slowly turning the movie into a Mike Myers nightmare in what I can only assume is a throwback to Curtis's earlier works.
Nora, stop the car. Stop the car. Please, listen, hey, don't do anything you'll regret. Now, please.
But look, it's okay, because shortly thereafter, Tim shows off colorful underwear in his local Irish pub.
Woman's bathing suit?
Nope, got my own.
I don't really know. But at this point, I'm numb to it.
There's no way we are wearing these on this cruise.
These aren't for the cruise.
Then what are they for, Tim? What are they for?
You know what's odd is when an Irish pub serves fish tacos. I don't get that.
You're a simple man, aren't you? Apparently, Luther got the bathing suits to go to a tanning parlor pre-cruise, so they could look, their best for the cruise. Nora, on the other hand, is apprehensive.
Dear God, this should be outlawed.
That feeling? I know that feeling.
And then, of course, Nora's local pastor shows up to see her naked boobies, as one does. Because comedy. Back at home, Luther brings in the local paper to show Nora, and they've made front page. Because apparently the only thing this town has to worry about is what the Kranks are up to. But this is the final straw for Nora. As if the Orwellian nightmare she's been living in wasn't enough. She decides to throw 2 fingers up and enjoy the idea of the cruise after all.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late.
Hey, what's wrong?
My cancer's back for the 3rd time.
Cancer?
What is this bombshell about cancer? What is this movie? A comedy? A drama? A horror? A satire? Undiscovered Shakespearean classic? The tone of the movie is never consistent. One minute it's goofy, the next minute it's terminal illness.
How do you think this photographer got the shot?
Well, he climbed up.
On your roof?
Yeah.
Well, why did you do that?
I don't know.
Walt? I just heard about Bev. I'm so sorry. How's she doing?
Remarkably well, you know, in good spirits.
If there's anything we can do, let me know.
Save for Christmas.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
I'm very deeply, truly deeply sorry about the cancer diagnosis.
This is the best film ever made, folks. It's just that simple. So at this point, the film takes a turn, as Luther and Nora's daughter, who left for Peru at the beginning of the movie, calls and says she'll be making a return for Christmas with her new fiancé after all, foiling Luther's plans of the trip. The next bulk of the film is just slapstick nonsense of them scrambling to get ready for the Christmas party they weren't ready for. And it even includes a funny ham gag and real child abuse.
That's not a child, that's Huey.
Don't hurt that child, Tim. You still have another
Dewey.
30 years of...
Sorry, Dewey. Sorry. I'm sorry. I watched freaking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer earlier, and Huey the Elf in there. I'm just like, I keep having his head.
Plus, there's like Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So.
Yeah. Sorry.
Christmas films to make. You can't make them in jail. Unless you're making Christmas with the Kranks too. Luther gets a perforated rectum. Don't be silly, Tim. Leave that child alone for your own good.
Come on.
Lynchings. Help!
Actually, it was a suicide attempt.
In a twist of fate, like 1 hour in, the movie actually starts to pick up a bit and feels like a real holiday film. That's a bigger twist than Shyamalan could have ever cooked up. A true Christmas miracle.
All right, people, listen up. Gather round. We're about to have a party here at the Kranks. A Christmas homecoming for Blair.
The town sees that the Kranks need help because they can't get their party together in time. So they all pitch in to get supplies together before the daughter's plane lands. It's kind of nice, actually, and reminds me of the best parts of Christmas films in general.
Hold on. Why should we do this for him?
Yeah. He's a jerk.
And good things never last, like this pants.
We're a community. The people in a community stick together, even if one of them has been behaving for most of the holiday season like a spoiled, selfish little baby. Why should the daughter pay for the sins of the father?
Christmas is about giving, and family, and love. Except for to some people who I would rather be in a mass grave, whose name rhymes with Bim Rallin. But yeah, beyond my wildest expectation, I actually found myself enjoying this final part of the film. I think it captures the Christmas spirit perfectly, even if by accident. The police even help out too, by picking Blair up from the airport and bringing her home just in time. Luther makes amends with his neighbors and redeems himself by giving them the cruise tickets he now won't be using because he'll be spending the holidays with family.
Hey, does this mean we have to start being nice to each other?
Of course not.
Good. Because I still don't like you that much, old man.
Man, that's kind of fucked up, dude. He just gave you the tickets. Then, just before things are about to wrap up, a robber that snuck into the party attempts to steal jewelry from the Kranks and make a getaway.
Get out off the roof! My car!
My ground!
Hey, what's in that bag?
Oh, Lord! Umbrella
Santa with
from
the
beginning is
assist.
back.
I really think you need an umbrella!
You know what they say, if you show an umbrella in the first act and you don't use it by the third, you haven't written a Tim Allen film.
Chekhov's umbrella.
The guy that was selling umbrellas in the rain, aren't you?
It's a living. Thank you for the party.
Hey, you're welcome. I'm sorry you got to work on Christmas Eve.
Santa always has to work on Christmas Eve.
It's the real Santa, isn't it?
Merry Christmas!
It's the real Santa! Praise Jesus! And there it is. The film ends on a nice little note. While in some aspects, it's one of the most tone-deaf films I've ever seen, there's just something lovable about it. Just the fact that no one in this
the
entire
last 30
movie seems
minutes
like they
that
want to
make
be
it
there, yet
worthwhile.
somehow it turns out all right in the end. And isn't that, at the end of the day, what the holidays are all about? Being forced to be with a bunch of people you're only lukewarm on for long periods of time? Hey, in my eyes, it's perfect. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from New York, baby. It's 28 degrees outside. Give me your best Tim Allen noise.
I don't know who that is.
Tim Allen, you're from Home Improvement, from Jungle to Jungle?
I don't know who it is. Who's that? Who's Tim Allen?
Oh.
Nobody really knows who Tim Allen is? Seriously, this is not a joke. What does Tim Allen sound like to you? If I say Tim Allen, you say... You're not very wrong. Was Tim Allen here just now?
I love America, USA!
USA! Tim Allen, Santa Claus 3!
Yo, listen, real talk, man. This is not a game. Do not go to these churches anymore. They steal your money. They sell drugs. The only church that is of God is the 7 churches in Asia. Those are the only churches that are of God. And they show, hold on, calm down. I am Allah. There's no reason why. God sells drugs, God do all kinds of things. If you can't tell me what holy means, or bushata, bohaka, boshata, you can't tell me what that means. I'm building a church called the 7. My church is going to be on fire. So I'm asking you to stop supporting those churches and support me.
Thank you so much. Could you give us your best Tim Allen?
My who?
Tim Allen.
I don't know Tim Allen.
God damn it.
He chose me. He chose me. Out of all others, he lead me up.
Thank you.
He chose me.
This dude just hijacked it. John just walked out. He's like, fuck it, this guy's going.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Let's get the fuck out of here right now.
Don't blame me.
A word from our sponsors. This episode of JonTron is sponsored by the lovely people at Audible.com.
Audible.
You know Audible.com. They are the
Better
premier
get out there
provider of
before
your
you end up with
audiobooks
one of the
and
7.
audio products.
Oh, yeah.
You can take your audiobooks on the go with your phone, tablet, or just listen to them on your computer. And as a special offer, if you go to my specialized link, audible.com/JonTron, you get a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. Even if you cancel, you keep the audiobook. This time around, in the spirit of the holidays, I recommend to you A Christmas Carol, written by Charles Dickens and narrated by Tim Curry. Go pick it up. You won't be disappointed. The Christmas is just too much!
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good, yeah. Again, Christmas with the Kranks.
I was going to say, I don't remember completely hating that movie, but I did see it when I was a lot younger, too.
I had an overwhelming sense of meh, but that first hour of the film is just excruciating. But the last 30 minutes is actually okay. It's just Jesus. Again, in the hands of a different writer, it could have potentially, like, I'm not saying Chris Columbus is a bad writer. He's written some of the best films of all time. But let's be honest, guys. I mean, it was pretty ham-fisted how that film was handled.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it could be done better. I mean, God, it has been almost 20 years since that film came out. We need to remake it.
People just accidentally use up all their good ideas.
Yeah, eventually. I think that is there is some truth to that. But I think you, like, with the times,
It's like,
you
who
have
was
to
it was
change.
talking recently about, like, there are certain, I think it might have been you talking about this, like how there are certain directors that have, like, their decade or whatever.
Yes.
And it's like, I think his decade was more like in the 90s, and that was like
Oh,
towards
yeah.
the end of his like run of making decent films, maybe.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's some who defy it. You know, I know Spielberg defied it. I know that Scorsese defied it, but it's because, you know, they evolve with the times. They understand the times and they evolve with it. Francis Ford Coppola never evolved past the 70s. Chris Columbus never evolved past the 90s. And Tarantino's one who I can think of that I know recently a lot of people say that he's fallen off because a lot of people did not like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I thought it was all right.
I thought it was awesome.
I thought it was all right.
I think it's one of those things, like with Tarantino's like one of those directors where he just fits a certain style of things that only, you know, a select group of people consistently find entertaining. And he just happened, like, I just happened to be his demographic, basically.
Yeah.
Like, just the way my brain works and stuff when I watch his movies, I'm just like, I agree, Tarantino. Like, you know, it's like, that was good. Like, you know, he's like, basically, he's probably trying to make movies that he thinks are cool. And I just happen to kind of mostly agree with him on what I think is cool. So, like, they work for me, I guess.
That's fair.
Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I'm probably describing that horribly, but...
No. I get what you're saying. And in truth, there's some people who love, like, honestly, there are people out there who love Twilight.
Well, it's kind of like Kojima as well, like Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Like, he has a fan base, which I'm part of. And there's a lot of people outside that fan base that think we're kind of dumb for, like, backing up games like Death Stranding. But honestly, like, it's just, I get it. Like, you know, it's like, I don't completely get it. Hideo's a weird dude, you know, but
yeah.
I enjoy his weirdness enough that I still enjoy the games he makes, whether they be what I was expecting them to be or not, you know?
Well, everything I've seen about Death Stranding and everything I know about Death Stranding, I basically see that as Hideo working his way through his depression after basically getting ousted from Konami. That's what I see that as. And basically, the protagonist is reconnecting the world, and basically Hideo, in his mind, the protagonist is reconnecting him with everyone else that mattered.
Well, very recently I saw someone describe it as, like, Death Stranding is more of an experience than it is a game. Like, and I kind of agree with that. Like, when you're going through it, it doesn't really have the same kind of gameplay loop that you come to expect when you're going to have fun with a video game, but it's still a very interesting experience nonetheless.
Well, it's got 7 hours of cutscenes.
Like, you're walking out on the mountain in the snow and the Rocky Mountains and shit, trying to carry a nuke, worried about slipping and blowing up at parts. Like, there's other parts where you're not, like, you know, just... You're in the middle of a storm, you don't really know what you're gonna do, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm in trouble, and then all of a sudden... in the middle of nowhere, there's a little fucking shelter thing that somebody else built, and you pop up on it and you see their name there with like 12 likes, and it's just like, holy shit, dude. Like,
that you saved my life.
Yeah, this other person, like,
this person you've never met.
Yeah, paved this way before me and probably had worse struggle than I did.
Oh yeah.
But they've left this and saved my ass essentially.
You want to know the interesting thing?
Those kind of things are just really cool about it, you know.
You want to know the interesting thing about Death Stranding that I just thought of? The game, it had its peak of popularity, and a bunch of people built, like, highways and sky bridges and stuff like that for people. But then, think about this. Eventually, those are going to wear down and break. And if no one's playing the game, then the world will become barren again. And basically, it'll have to start back from square one.
That's a pretty interesting thing about it, too. It's like the things that other people build aren't actually permanent, and the time fall wears them down over time.
Yes.
And so, if no one comes back to repair, like, the highways and roads and stuff, eventually you'll be back to square one. And so it'll be really interesting to, like, pick up and play Death Stranding in, like, 20 years.
Oh, yeah, you go back on there, and then all of a sudden
it'll be a lot more difficult, too, probably, but...
Oh, yeah.
But there's also a pretty good fan base that's still playing it right now. Like, I finished it, and I was like, if I didn't have so much other stuff that I just want to get to and check out and play that I've missed out on, you know, I could totally see myself just, like, becoming, like, a community member with this game and just playing this, like, all the time.
It's a very, like, engrossing thing. It, like, pulls you in, and it makes you... Everyone who I've talked to, like, I know that there's some people who in the beginning hated it. They were just like, this is not what I was expecting. This is garbage. And about a year passed, and then all of a sudden they came back later. They were like, after playing through it again, I get it. And I'm like, it's amazing when games can do that to you. You go in expecting one thing, and you're immediately disappointed. But then you actually open yourself up to what the artist wanted you to see, and then boom. Next thing you know, you've done it. Everything that you need is, like, right there in front of you.
Oh, okay, so here's an interesting fact about Christmas with the Kranks. Is that's the first film in a little while that he had written and produced but did not direct.
Oh.
So perhaps
who
the
directed
director just kind of fudged up a little bit with whatever he had. Because, I mean, like, I could see some of those scenes definitely being directed better. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus.
Joe Roth.
Yeah, that's the guy who directed it. What else has he directed?
I don't know. But obviously...
The Three Musketeers.
There's been other films that he wrote that other people directed that are really good, like The Goonies and Gremlins. You know?
Oh, it's producing. Directing. Okay, so... He directed...
But for the most part, Chris Columbus does direct his films.
Yeah.
But, like, since like, the beginning of his career, he was a writer only, pretty much, it looks like. And he did Reckless, Gremlins, The Goonies, and Young Sherlock Holmes.
Well, yeah.
And then he directed Adventures in Babysitting, and then wrote and directed Heartbreak Hotel. And then he went back to just writing for Little Nemo, which is the one that I didn't actually know existed until you told me about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then right after that, he directed Home Alone, but he did not write Home Alone. I did not know that either. So,
oh, that's right. It was written by John Hughes. Dude, fucking The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, okay.
Dude,
so then he wrote and directed Only the Lonely. He directed Home Alone, did not write it. Directed Mrs. Doubtfire, did not write it. Wrote, directed, and produced 9 Months. Never actually seen that.
It's all right. It's pretty funny.
Directed and produced Stepmom, Bicentennial Man. Directed and executive produced for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets.
They did Christmas with the Cranks.
Then he wrote and produced Christmas with the Cranks, but
he
did
directed
not direct
and produced Rent.
Yeah, directed and produced I Love You, Beth Cooper, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and Lightning Thief.
Oh,
Pixels.
No!
Ugh. And the Christmas Chronicles 2. He wrote, produced, and directed.
Wait a minute. Am I seeing this right? Look at this. I think they fucked up.
November 25th, 1920, it came to Netflix.
The sequel to the 1918. Like, what the hell?
The fuck? I think that's meant to be 2018.
Yeah. What's the response on it? 66%, so not bad. See, it's right here. It's 2018 here. Oh, gosh. Okay. So the reviews are about the same for the two Christmas Chronicles films. With Kurt Russell playing Santa Claus. That's interesting. That's very interesting. All right. Well, we need to move on from here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for some reason we turned into like a mini Death Stranding review for a bit in this JonTron video. Sorry about that.
It's fine. So, anyway, that was JonTron, Christmas with the Cranks. Merry Christmas to all of y'all. This will be coming out on Christmas Day, 5 years exactly after JonTron released it himself. So, we hope that you all are having a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whichever you celebrate, or you don't celebrate, or if you just go by the Yuletide traditions. It's all up to you, however you want to do it. And, of course, we wish you all a Happy New Year as well. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you then, everybody.